Addison Rae's face was plastered on billboards, and her dance routine shaped the TikTok's culture. The influencer who once symbolized algorithmic success became a case study in how fast Hollywood can erase you. And while Addison was erased for a while, she came back writing history. In 2021, Netflix announced Addison Rae would star in He's All That, a reboot of a 90s classic. It wasn't just casting, it was a statement. This was Netflix betting that TikTok fame could translate into box office success. And for Addison, it was her big shot at legitimacy. The rollout was huge. Press tours, late night appearances, trailers on every social platform. Addison was treated like a next-gen celebrity, backed by millions of ad dollars and media hype. But there was one problem. She wasn't ready. Addison wasn't a trained actress. She'd never done film work, and while charisma carried her on TikTok, that charm didn't land the same in scripted scenes. When He's All That premiered, the backlash was swift. Critics called it wooden and soulless. Audiences memed her delivery. Suddenly, Addison wasn't Hollywood's golden child. She was a punchline. The same platforms that once boosted her turned cold. The message was clear. The moment you stop being profitable, you become disposable. This is just the beginning though. If you're into deep dives that go beyond the headlines and want the full story behind the rise and fall of internet icons, hit that subscribe button. Because what happened next to Addison Rae is where things get darker. At the same time Addison's movie career stumbled, another wave was building. Online backlash. People began calling out her privilege. Why was she getting roles and deals with no training? Why was she attending the Met Gala over actual artists? And perhaps most controversially, why was she profiting off viral dances originally created by black TikTokers without giving them credits? Addison said, "I think they were all credited in the original YouTube posting, but it's kinda hard to credit during the show," she said. "But they all know that I love them so much, and I mean, I support all of them so much. And hopefully one day we can all meet up and dance together." And then came the Kardashian effect. Her public friendship with Kourtney Kardashian became internet fuel. Their age gap of over 20 years felt odd to many. They staged paparazzi photos, the matching outfits. It all felt curated, like Addison wasn't making friends. She was making herself a tabloid fixture. Addison Rae was no longer just a girl who got lucky on TikTok. She became the poster child for everything people hated about influencer culture. By late 2022, the Addison Rae we knew began to fade. She was no longer posting every day. Her brand deals slowed. Her interviews vanished and she became quiet on her TikTok. While Addison was stepping back, her personal life was exploding. Her mother, Sherry Easterling, appeared at the VMAs with rapper Young Gravy. It was tabloid gold, but also deeply uncomfortable. At the same time, her father, Monty Lopez, was embroiled in multiple cheating scandals. In influencer culture, absence equals irrelevance, and Addison was disappearing at the exact moment she needed a comeback. Her rise seemed effortless, but behind the picture-perfect exterior was a young woman rising with rapid fame she never fully asked for. In interviews throughout 2020 and 2021, she often came across as soft-spoken, almost hesitant.
But like, now that I think about it, I definitely only remember meeting, who was it?
Beatrice.
Right. I only remember really meeting Beatrice. But whenever you left,
yeah,
like it's like, okay, I was like,
they go, oh my God, there's Nick Nolte.
That's just Addison forgetting her niece's name. But let's move on. When Addison Rae released her debut single Obsessed in 2021, she became a meme overnight. The song's self-absorbed lyrics and hyper-pop production were mocked, edited, and recycled across TikTok, not as celebration but as comedy. Clips of Addison singing went viral for the wrong reasons. But while the internet laughed, Addison kept going. In 2023, she quietly dropped AR, her debut EP, and everything changed. This wasn't another influencer vanity project. This was carefully crafted pop. She collaborated with Charlie XCX, one of the most forward-thinking artists in the genre, and what they created together was nothing short of brilliant. Suddenly, critics who once clowned her were calling her one of the most promising pop newcomers in recent memory. Tracks like I Got It Bad, To Die For felt moody, bold, and honest. She embraced her aesthetic, played into nostalgia, and delivered a sound that no one expected from a former TikTok star. Then came Diet Pepsi, a viral gem that exploded across TikTok. The slick production paired with vintage-inspired visuals made it an anthem of unapologetic pop revival. What once seemed like a delusional side quest was suddenly her strongest lane. Addison Rae had redefined herself, not as a dancer, not as an influencer, but as a real artist. This wasn't a rebrand, it was a reset. Addison had finally found a creative outlet that felt hers, and for once, she wasn't playing catch-up with the internet, she was ahead of it.
Like how many?
Must have been like 7 to 8 videos, which were like me really trying and like making sure they felt good, you know? When I reflect back on that time, all this time that has passed, I've recognized how much choice and taste is kind of a luxury in a lot of ways.
Oh, and by the way, she is opening for the Lana Del Rey. Addison is now on tour with Lana as we speak, because after she emerged as a great artist, she got not only her fame back, but her worth. She wasn't chasing fame anymore, she was chasing fulfillment. Addison Rae's story isn't about crashing, it's about growth. She didn't disappear, she withdrew, reassessed, and came back on her own terms, with better music, deeper creative vision, and a clearer sense of who she is. Maybe Addison Rae was meant to be an artist who had to unlearn the fame TikTok gave her in order to figure out what she actually wanted, because sometimes the best comeback isn't loud, it's honest.